Happy Independent Bookstore Day. This is your friendly reminder that if you haven't already, to spend some time today and go shop at your local indie bookstore. I got here first thing in the morning right when they opened, and here are some things that I love about this indie bookstore. Two Dandelions is a store in Brighton, Michigan, opened by two best friends who always dreamed of opening a bookstore, and so they made it happen. They've created the most warm and inviting space that's expanded over 2 storefronts. They have a vast selection of books in every genre that you could think of, and I never fail to walk out with a TBR longer than when I came in. They do not slack on the staff recommendations. They have so many cards throughout the store recommending various books and giving you a little pitch of them. They also host book clubs and author events, and they support their local community by partnering with other small businesses in Brighton as well. They not only have a huge selection of fiction books, but they also have a whole wall of nonfiction and an entire room for children's books. They also have a really good selection of young adult books, as well as some graphic novels too. They have a turtle as the bookstore pet, and they also have this gorgeous art mural when you first walk in. For Indie Bookstore Day, they had a lot of fun stuff going on, so they had a raffle going on for a bag full of free books. They had free ARCs with every purchase for the first 25 people, and free tote bags with $75 purchases. I knew I was in the mood to buy a romance today, so I headed to that section and saw the new Emily Henry totes, which I'm obsessed with. Here are some books that I was tempted to buy. I wanted to get something that I hadn't really heard of before. Let me know which ones of these I need to come back for, but I ended up picking one that's set in Michigan. It's called Love Naturally. So here's my haul, as well as the free ARC I picked out. Lastly, I wanted to give you some book recs to inspire your own indie bookstore shopping today. So if you're in the mood for a thriller, I recommend you picking up Daughter of Mine by Megan Miranda or The Last Session by Julia Bartz. For fantasy lovers, I always recommend Brandon Sanderson, specifically The Way of Kings. If you're newer to fantasy, I recommend Yumi and the Nightmare Painter or Legends and Lattes for a cozy fantasy book. My go-to recommendation for historical fiction is Lessons in Chemistry or any Kristen Hanna book. This was a recent poetry book that I read and loved. Lastly, for romance, I recommend One Last Shot or really any Emily Henry or B.K. Borison book. I ended my trip by looking back at the ARC selection. They had some new ones out, so I ended up swapping my ARC out, but here's what I left with. Happy shopping, and I'd love to hear which indie bookstore you're supporting today.